What's good, everybody? I'm BPC and welcome to Competitive Origins MMA. Now, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and hit the like button on this video. Now, today's topic is Nate Diaz really going to retire? And I'll talk more about that in just a moment, but first I want to point out that I'm wearing a Competitive Origins Get It Done t-shirt. And you can get it done at competitiveorigins.com. Just type in promo code MMA13 and you'll get 10% off your order. Now, a portion of the proceeds will go towards the channel so we can provide a better experience for you guys at home. Now, you've been competing since conception, whether you're competing against yourself or others, Competitive Origins. Now, like I said, is Nate Diaz really going to retire? Now, Nate Diaz has a 21-12 record in MMA, not the UFC, but MMA. Now, he's 35 years old. At 35, you're no spring chicken. You know, he's not 20 years old, 25, you know. He's not one of the young up-and-comers. He's definitely a veteran. Now, he's not 45 years old or 43 or in his 40s, and so forth, but he is getting up there in age, and he needs to start fighting now. So, he's on a self-imposed hiatus at the moment, and the reason for that is he's just not getting the right fights offered to him. See, Nate Diaz has been fighting the who's of MMA, back in the day, and he finally got his opportunity to go to the big time. And when I say big time, I'm talking about a last-minute notice fight against Conor Mystic Mac McGregor, or you can call him Notorious, whatever you feel comfortable with. And he took that, short notice fight and was able to beat Conor in the second round with a submission move. It was great. Nate went from being that fighter that we all liked and knew to being Nate Diaz. That's right. So, basically on a level higher than his brother, some may feel. His brother hasn't fought in a very long time, and Nate's out here doing it. He's representing for the Diaz brothers. Now, moving from there, Conor just had to have his rematch, and he got it. But Nate, got a little bit more chips along the way. See, Nate was fighting for a tiny little bag of chips, leading up to his fight with Conor McGregor, and he got a little bit of money there. But, on the rematch is where he really cashed in and, started raking in those millions, right? And from there, they did battle, and it went to a 5-round decision with Conor McGregor getting his hand raised. Well, Nate wasn't really happy with the decision, and they both talked about doing a rematch, okay? Go for the trilogy fight. Well, time passed by, and a year went by, 2 years went by. Conor kept saying, we're going to do the rematch, we're going to do the rematch. Well, 3 years went by, and Nate was sick and tired of waiting. Obviously, this rematch wasn't coming anytime soon, if it even was going to come, or I should say is going to come. So he said, you know what? Anthony Pettis, let's do battle. So him and Anthony Pettis are now fighting. Now, he was supposed to fight a couple other fighters, but Anthony Pettis was actually the fighter that showed up, that one night in Los Angeles at a UFC pay-per-view, which I was fortunate enough to attend. And check this out. Now, as you can see, Nate Diaz showed pure dominance. He was back. You could see no ring rust on that 3-year hiatus body. Now, he went in there, he got the victory, and like the showman he is, he called out Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
The reason I was off is because everybody sucked. There was nobody to fight. But with this belt, I want to defend it against Jorge Masvidal. Had a good last fight. All respect to the man, but there ain't no gangsters in this game anymore. There ain't nobody who does it right but me and him. So I know my man's a gangster, but he ain't no West Coast gangster. You know what I'm saying?
That would be a fantastic fight, Nate.
Now, this is the same thing that he did when he got his victory and called out Conor McGregor. He knew the cameras were on him, he knew he had the mic, and he rose to the occasion. Now, this is what an MMA fighter is supposed to do. Not just go in there and get victories. You need to go in there, get victories, and get on the microphone and get people excited about your next fight, because that's how you increase your pay. And that's what Nate Diaz was able to do. Now, these two were supposed to go at it. It was the BMF belt. Bad mother. Okay, I'm not gonna go ahead and say the full word because then, you know, YouTube might censor me and then I might not get like 10 million views per video, which is really necessary. It's super necessary. Get it? Super necessary. Jorge Masvidal. If you watch UFC, you'll definitely get that one. But anyways, the fight took place, and leading up to the fight though, you know, Nate had came out and said he wasn't able to basically train, you know, like he would want to because he got injured. And as a result, he was going to conserve his energy. Now, all this information did come out afterwards, but like I said, leading up to the fight, he wasn't able to train and he kind of took it easy. Well, Jorge Masvidal didn't take it easy and he left many lumps on Nate Diaz's forehead and including a massive gash on his face. Now, the referee called in for the medical, you know, assistance. And basically the doctor said, hey, you know, I'm stopping the fight, you know, and that was it. You know, we didn't get to see Nate Diaz really show out on 4th round and the 5th round and see what he was really going to do, since he said that he was conserving his energy to make it, you know, all the way through the fight. Now, there had been talks, hey, let's do a rematch. Nate wanted his rematch. You know, Jorge said, I'm all good with the rematch. We can do this. Well, time went by and the UFC didn't book it. UFC president Dana White said he wasn't really interested in booking that match at the current moment. So, you know, Jorge is doing his thing. He gets called on a short notice fight and he fights the champion at 170, Usman. Well, it doesn't go his way and he ends up suffering a loss. And now there's talk, all right, these guys are now going to have the rematch. You know, there's a lot of talk about this rematch. And it turns out nothing, you know, comes out of it because Colby Chaos Covington, who happens to be Jorge Masvidal's former best friend, former training partner, gets a great victory over Tyrone Woodley and is basically in talks now to fight Jorge Masvidal. So it seems like, you know, Nate's on the outside looking in again like he was with Conor McGregor. So he kind of put out this message, I'll be out soon. Now, was this a way for Nate to push the UFC into, and we better get Nate some fights before we lose out on our moneymaker? Or is this, you know, him just trying to say, I'm done, guys. I'm basically I'm over it, you know? I don't know. But what I do know, though, is this has been a current trend now with UFC fighters, is where they kind of announce their retirement or say they're going to retire. Conor, I believe, has retired around 2 to 3 times. GSP did the whole retirement thing. Khabib Nurmagomedov has done the retirement thing, and now, you know, we have Nate Diaz who's basically saying that he's going to retire. So is it real? Is it not? Is it, you know, a retirement where he's going to come back in 2 years? Because he's already been out for a year since the Jorge Masvidal fight. And now we're thinking, okay, is he going to sit out another 2 years and then it'll be 3 years and then he'll come out, he'll be ready to go, ready to fight? You know, only time will tell what the UFC is planning to do. You know, Dana White says when Nate's ready, he'll come see us. I think Nate's just waiting for the right fight. You know, he was promised the Conor fight. He was promised the Jorge Masvidal fight, and it just hasn't come to fruition. So go into the comment section below. Let me know if you really feel that Nate is going to retire. Do you feel that he's kind of been screwed over by the organization by not giving the rematches that he, you know, deserves? Or do you think this is fair game? Suck it up, Nate. You know, just take whoever they serve you. I'm BPC. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Go to competitiveorigins.com and type in promo code MMA13. Thank you and have a great day.